Canada in trouble? Trump's new border move. Is Canada really in trouble? Can the relationship between the U.S. and Canada, two of the closest allies in the world, survive the storm brewing right now? President Trump has just announced a series of controversial new measures targeting Canada's borders. But what does this mean for the future of U.S.-Canada relations? Stick with us to discover the shocking truth. Before we dive into the details, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, so you don't miss out on the latest news and in-depth analysis. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming up. In March of 2025, President Trump made a bold move. He introduced sweeping new policies aimed at curbing illegal immigration and drug trafficking from Canada. But these policies weren't just about border security. They directly affect Canadian citizens, businesses, and even the very sovereignty of the country. A new travel ban was implemented, but what's truly at stake? Under Trump's new policy, all Canadian travelers, even those with clean records, will now face stricter vetting procedures. Additionally, tariffs on Canadian goods have been ramped up. From lumber to agriculture, this move threatens to destabilize Canada's economy. Canada, a country that heavily relies on trade with the U.S., is now facing unprecedented economic pressure. But the real shock is just how much this affects both businesses and everyday Canadians. The tariff increases have caused an immediate spike in the cost of goods for Canadian consumers. The agricultural sector, which depends on exports to the U.S., has already started to feel the pinch, and these tariffs could push some businesses to the brink of bankruptcy. The financial fallout has also led to widespread public discontent. Citizens are voicing their frustration with both Trump's aggressive tactics and their own government's response, or lack thereof. I don't understand why we're being punished like this. We've always been allies of the U.S. It's time to stand up. We need to send a message that we won't accept this kind of treatment. Across Canada, the conversation is shifting. While some Canadians are rallying behind their government, many are starting to question whether the U.S. is still a reliable partner. Trump's policies are not just stirring unrest in Canada, they're also causing waves back home in the United States. His decision to escalate tensions with Canada has, well, sparked heated debates among U.S. lawmakers. Some are backing Trump, seeing the move as a necessary step to protect American workers, while others are warning that this could backfire. Trump supporters argue that toughening border policies is a long overdue measure to protect American interests. But critics warn that isolating Canada could harm the U.S. economy in the long run, particularly for industries that rely on seamless trade across the border. One of the most concerning aspects of this border conflict is the impact on the military and defense collaboration between the United States and Canada. For decades, both countries have worked hand in hand to protect North America from external threats. But now, with Trump's new policies, the very foundation of that alliance is being questioned. The U.S. and Canada have always had a strong military partnership, but if these tensions continue, it could lead to a significant shift in how we approach defense on the continent. While the economic and political fallout is obvious, there's another, more personal side to this story. Thousands of people who cross the border for work, school, or family visits are now finding themselves in a gray area. With new restrictions and tighter border security, many Canadians are wondering how will this affect their everyday lives. We have family in the U.S. and now we're scared we won't be able to visit. We've never had problems before, but these new rules, it's a real worry. Perhaps the most controversial part of this new policy is President Trump's suggestion that Canada could join the United States in what he calls an economic union. This idea has sparked outrage on both sides of the border. This is not the first time someone has floated the idea of merging the U.S. and Canada, but to hear the sitting U.S. president propose it so openly is unprecedented. It's a direct challenge to Canadian sovereignty. As tensions rise, both Canadian and U.S. diplomats are working overtime to defuse the situation. With the possibility of long-term damage to trade, defense, and personal relations, will these talks lead to a resolution, or is the relationship between the two nations irreparably broken? Both governments are under intense pressure to find a compromise. The next few months will be crucial in determining whether the U.S.-Canada relationship will survive this crisis. Meanwhile, the international community is watching closely. Countries with strong trade ties to both the U.S. and Canada are concerned that the fallout from these policies could trigger a domino effect. The global community sees this as a dangerous precedent. If the United States can do this to its closest neighbor, what's to stop it from targeting other allies? While the United States and Canada have always been intertwined in countless ways, President Trump's new border move could change the very fabric of this historic relationship. Will diplomacy be enough to bridge the gap, or will the rift between the two nations deepen beyond repair? What do you think? Will Trump's policies push Canada away? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and ring the bell for more in-depth analyses on global political developments. Stay informed, stay engaged. If you found this video insightful, check out our other content. The world is changing, and you'll want to stay up to date with everything happening. See you in the next video.